Have you ever wondered what the future of American politics might look like? As we cast our minds back to the tumultuous year of 2020, we find ourselves in a sea of uncertainty. The presidential election that year was unlike any other, with the incumbent president contesting the results and stirring a whirlwind of legal battles and political unrest. This unprecedented situation reached a boiling point on January 6, 2021, when the U.S. Capitol was attacked. In the midst of the chaos, a constitutional provision, hitherto overlooked, rose to prominence. The 14th Amendment, which bars individuals who engaged in insurrection from holding public office, is being invoked in a groundbreaking manner. The question at the heart of this legal maelstrom is whether a former president's actions during his tenure could potentially disqualify him from running for office again. This leads us to the crucial question: can a former president be barred from running again due to his actions during his tenure? Enter the Supreme Court, the final arbiter of justice in the United States. The Supreme Court, with its 9 justices, 3 of whom were appointed by Trump himself, has agreed to hear an exceptional case. The question on the table: can former President Donald Trump be kept off the ballot in the 2024 presidential election? This case is a direct result of Trump's role in the events of January 6, 2021, at the U.S. Capitol. The core issue at stake is the interpretation of a provision of the 14th Amendment, a significant piece of legislation that's been around since the aftermath of the Civil War. This provision bars individuals who have engaged in insurrection from holding public office. The Colorado Supreme Court has already ruled that Trump should not be on the Republican primary ballot, marking the first time the 14th Amendment has been used in this way. Trump is also challenging a similar ruling in Maine. With this decision, the Supreme Court has ventured into uncharted territories, setting a precedent that will echo throughout American politics. What does this mean for the future of American politics? This decision could set a powerful precedent. If the Supreme Court rules that actions like those exhibited by Trump warrant disqualification from holding public office, it could potentially lead to other politicians facing similar consequences. This could affect not only those who were involved in the events of January 6th, but also those who may engage in such actions in the future. The impact on the Republican Party could be substantial. Without Trump on the ballot, the party could face a significant shift in power dynamics. We might see new faces rising to prominence, or perhaps a resurgence of more traditional conservative values diverging from Trump's unique brand of politics. However, it's important to note that the impact extends beyond the Republican Party. All political parties and politicians will need to carefully consider their actions and rhetoric, knowing that they could potentially face similar consequences. This case also serves as a stark reminder of the importance of the rule of law in our democracy and the role of the Supreme Court in upholding it. Regardless of the Supreme Court's decision, one thing is clear: American politics will never be the same. So, what are the key points to take away from this unprecedented situation? First, we have the contested 2020 election. Former President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss have led to a significant legal battle. The Supreme Court has stepped in to decide whether Trump can be kept off the ballot in the forthcoming 2024 presidential election. Next, we have the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. This dreadful incident has become an integral part of the case. The court is interpreting a provision of the 14th Amendment that bars individuals who engaged in insurrection from holding public office. Then there's the Supreme Court's decision to hear the case. This is a significant move, marking the first time the 14th Amendment has been used to bar a presidential contender. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for future elections. Lastly, we have the potential impact on future elections. The Supreme Court's decision could significantly influence the political landscape, determining who can and cannot run for public office. As we move forward, the future of American politics remains uncertain, but one thing is for sure: we are witnessing history in the making.